Bang. What is good, yo? Guys, Friday will just never leave me alone when it comes down to working ridiculous amounts of episodes in and trying not to overwhelm you guys as well. But there's so many shows I want to talk about that sometimes I rather them get out on the days of, so when more start coming up, I don't get backed up. And also, it just, it's usually more fresh on your guys' minds once it first comes out than, a day or two, and no one really cares that much to look into it after you've already seen it through other people. So, that being said, I just want to get another great anime out to you guys that you definitely need to check out. And I don't know why I have to tell you to check it out if you know about it and you haven't checked it out, or you've seen it somewhere and you didn't watch it. Let me be the first to tell you, you're missing out. Accelerator. I was thinking of what I was going to tell you guys if you have not watched any of the other series and you don't really understand any of the other characters' motives, and stuff like that. Like, where can you start, or if you don't want to start, can you watch this without really knowing, much about the characters? And I would say you could. Like, I really don't see it as a bad thing to be able to, um, or not a bad thing, but I don't see it as you will not understand that much. I mean, I think with the overall show, there's someone else who's the main character, and this guy is more of a character that showed up, was seemingly the worst guy of all, and after we find out that he is not, it just turns out that, he was doing something that was told to him this was the only way it could, pretty much work out for you if you do such and such, and that's all he was really doing, even though he did start acting kind of malicious and crazy towards the Mikasas he was supposed to be like killing off. Um, he also was doing the opposite. He was also like having conversations with them when he didn't really have to. He could have just literally showed up at the place, threw an attack, and it's over. But he was like talking to them and stuff like that. So he already himself seemed like he didn't enjoy what he had to do, seeing, including saying like it's the resemblance of a person he could meet at any time and day in that area. So that was also seemingly probably weird for the guy, but they don't really care about that. They just want their results. And then when the results came in, uh, our boy in the main show pretty much stops this guy because his ability is to negate like all abilities that come in contact with him. So, in a show of super really like dope moves and popular like supposed magic and even like spell-based stuff that some people don't believe in, some people do, and then you got this school of like gifted kids, all of this stuff, and the main character only can stop all of their abilities, and that's about as far as I'll give you the synopsis of who the real character is that started this. And the only other reason why I said it's up to you to kind of like watch this show is because he referenced to that character, just saying that I'm not as preachy as him, so I can't be the one to tell you these things, so you're gonna have to like find out on your own. Pretty much saying that whatever, that idiot, that he calls him, or that baka, he literally just, wants to kind of be a little bit of a better person, but he knows that in everybody's eyes, he's one of the most evil people that have ever pretty much graced their presence, and he likes to live by that feeling of them being scared. Oh man, Gigamesh, my favorite. Um, it's just really interesting to see how this show now is taking his perspective and kind of giving us a story that may only fit in his universe, like his like timeline or whatever they're trying to show us of just Accelerator. But when you gotta look at is the fact that this character has become so popular he warranted 12 episodes to himself, and uh, I guess some people also really, really like the Mikasa, the Last Order. So, I mean, she's a really good like connection piece for him to not just be evil all the time. She's a good reason for him to intervene at times that are much earlier or just like he doesn't want to do it types of moments, and because she's doing what she's doing, he now has to get involved much quicker than he probably was going to and actually knock stuff out. Not only that, make sure she is protected at all times while he's doing these things. So he's a really amazing character in the grand scheme of how he was put into the story and then how he has become what he is now. Like it is a crazy jump. It's pretty much Vegeta, right? Like Vegeta living the life of people he thought were absolute garbage and weak and all this. Now he is living amongst them and trying to, trying to stay out of trouble and not, hurt and destroy stuff. So I don't know. It's very very interesting to see one of my characters that I really enjoyed watching after him not being a villain anymore and seeing more of him and seeing what he could do and bring to the overall cause to now all of a sudden I am watching him live out his life and get annoyed by Last Order all day and all episodes. So it should be pretty interesting to see where all this goes. Seeing how overpowered it feels that Accelerator is, he still kind of always is going to get beat by uh, our main character in a way. So he definitely has some type. It's like the most Vegeta relationship I've ever seen, and that kind of sucks for him. But at the same time, becoming a good character, in my opinion, just brings him that much closer to actually beating the main character. Because if you're a good guy and you're fighting a good guy, you should be able to win. Like they shouldn't be able to hold you back that much, right? Right? But with all that being said, my anime people, I hope you guys had an amazing day. It's getting down to the end here for me. It's like almost 6 o'clock in the PM in the afternoon, so I definitely will be talking to you later tonight, or tonight, jeez, I'm already out of it. Later, tomorrow, or as soon as I can get up and get you guys some content, because, God, this day really, really surprised me with not only Dan Machi, one of my favorite shows that I've been praying to get a season 2, and here it is. Oh, and they also teased a season 3, supposedly. The voice actor supposedly teased a season 3, which is interesting. Um, but nonetheless, there's some other shows that are still to be, like it hasn't even came out yet. So there's so much going on now in anime, and so I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you aren't here watching it with me, I hope that you are at least enjoying it somewhere else, or at least enjoying some of the episodes. So I will be here talking about whatever pops up tomorrow, most likely Demon Slayer. So see you then. Peace.